Hi everybody, I'm back again and today I'm going to be making my breadcrumb air fried garlic mushrooms. As you know, I love to eat healthy food. Both me and my husband are working on reducing cholesterol, working on reducing blood pressure, so we are using this as part of our diet. I am going to be making this gluten-free, egg-free. This one isn't dairy-free. But you can see if there are substitutes you can use in the link below where my recipe is. So let's begin today by looking at the ingredients that you will need. So here are the ingredients that you will need for today. I'm starting with the mushrooms here. They're brown mushrooms. That's because these tend to have less water in them, so they won't go as slimy in the air fryer. You could use white mushrooms. The texture will be slightly different. I've washed them and I peeled the brown mushrooms here. So for the batter, I'm doing a dry mix, a wet mix, and then a dry mix. So here I've got 3/4 of a cup of gram flour. You can see the yellow. 1/2 cup of self-rising flour. 1 teaspoon of paprika. Pepper to your taste. And I've also put 2 secret ingredients in here. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And also fruit salts. This is Eno. Available at any drugstore, any general store, usually used for indigestion, but it acts also as a rising agent. So you need 1 teaspoon of that. So that's in the first mix here. Here I've got 5 tablespoons of yogurt and 4 tablespoons of water mixed together. And finally I'm using a breadcrumb mix. Mine is gluten-free. Obviously, if you don't have a problem with gluten, you can use regular breadcrumbs, but this brand I'm using, which is the Organ Rice Crispy Breadcrumbs, and it's low fat and it's made from brown rice. So that's what I'm using for that. And in here, for the filling for the mushrooms, I have got here 10 cloves of garlic, a handful of coriander, 1/2 a green chilli, 1 teaspoon of dry coriander powder, 1/2 a teaspoon of cumin powder, 1/2 a teaspoon of chilli powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of water. All the list of ingredients are below, and there will be a link which you can follow. And finally, the other thing I use is avocado oil because it's better for you. I've put it in my own little spray bottle, and you won't be using much of this at all. It's only to coat the bottom of the tray and then for a quick spray over the mushrooms. So those are all the ingredients. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my chutney in the mixer. I'm going to whiz it up and make a smooth paste. So I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so the chutney is ready now. What I'm going to do is just heat up the air fryer for 2 minutes before I actually put my mushrooms in. That way you already have that contained heat within the air fryer and it begins to crisp up more quickly. So I'm using the Ninja Foodie Max multi-cooker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on the air crisp mode. I'm going to keep it at 200. Just before I start, I'm just going to preheat it for 2 minutes. And when that's ready, we will prepare the mushrooms to put in. Okay, so now that this has preheated for 2 minutes, what I've done is I've carefully sprayed the tray inside with some avocado oil in my spray bottle, only a little bit. And then what you need to do carefully, obviously it's very hot still, is get your mushrooms ready and then place them into the air fryer. So you take your mushroom, so here's one of my mushrooms, get the garlic paste that we made earlier and just coat the inside of that mushroom. You just want lots of that yummy flavour to come through, maybe a little bit more, depends on how flavourful you would like it. So that's done. And then this is my flour mixture that I mixed up carefully. I'm just going to pop that in there and coat my mushroom in as much of the flour as I can. What I'm trying to do is get that mushroom as dry as possible and for that flour to stick to all the parts of the mushroom. So once that's coated enough, just give it a shake for the excess flour to come off. You don't want excess flour because you'll get clumps otherwise. So once you've done that, and then place that into the yogurt and water mixture. Just turn it around carefully and quickly turn it back again, trying to coat all parts of that mushroom. There we go. Fingers are easier in this case as well. And then here I'm going to put it in the breadcrumbs and I'm going to coat, I'm going to use my dry hand here, as much of the breadcrumbs as possible, all the way around. All right, and then I'm just going to turn it over and just make sure I've coated every single part of that mushroom as much as possible. Okay, and then pop that straight and very carefully into your air fryer. Perfect. So I'm going to continue and finish the rest of the mushrooms. I'll place them into the air fryer and then we'll come back later for the cooking instructions for the timing and the temperature. Thank you. Okay, so I've put all my mushrooms inside. Now you can leave it dry, but if you would like a super crispy coating, you can use your avocado oil spray and just give it at a distance, about 2 or 3 squirts. Close the lid. Okay, and again I'm going to use my air crisp function. Temperature is at 200 degrees Celsius, and for the amount of time I'm going to set it to about 12 minutes. It might need a bit longer, but you can open your air fryer and check it, because what you want is like a brown, golden brown coating. Okay, so 12 minutes and they're ready. You can see they've got a lovely brown coating on the top. So let's have a try. So here's one of them. I'm just going to open that up. Really, oh, you can see all the chutney oozing out of it. Delicious. Very hot as well. Very, very hot. So I'm just going to take a little bite. Give that a little blow. It's so hot there. You can see the inside of the mushroom, the chutney, and you can see the outer layer is really, really crispy. You can hear it when I was breaking it. It's lovely and crispy and coated that mushroom really beautifully. Okay, let's try it. That is super tasty, super delicious, less oil, lovely and crunchy on the outside. What a lovely thing. And you can have this with a bit of salad for a light lunch, or you can have it as a starter for a meal. It's so delicious and it's not slimy. The mushroom is just right, just enough texture, enough flavour in there to make that really delicious. So I hope you're going to have a go, and I hope you're going to enjoy eating it even more. Stay healthy, stay happy, and enjoy your food.